Okay, so we're going to learn about the sine law today, and I'm going to try to do this through a couple of videos. If you want to figure out where the sine law comes from, you can look on the Google Classroom, and I will put up a video from Khan Academy that tells you why the sine law works and where it comes from. But for this lesson today, we're just going to stick to the formula, and this is the sine law formula. A over the sine of A is equal to B over the sine of B, which is equal to C over the sine of C. And the lowercase letters, those just represent the sides, and the uppercase letters just represent the angles. And so you can also flip your fractions over. So you can have sine A divided by A is equal to sine of B divided by B, and is equal to sine of C divided by C. So as I've written already, I would use this formula here on the left to calculate your sides, because your sides would be on top. And for finding angles, I would do this one. So just remember, whatever you're trying to find is what you have on top. If you're trying to find sides, you do the lowercase letters on top. But if you're trying to find angles, have the sine angle on top of your fraction. So other than that, this is the formula, and I'll show you guys how to use it by going through the first example. So here's our first example on page 472. And then first example, we have triangle GHJ, and it's asking you to find the length of GH. So GH is this one right here. That's what we're trying to find. We're trying to find letter J. So let's just set up our formula. I know that for the formula that we had on the back, it was A, B's, and C's, but really you can use any letter. Any letter works. So in this triangle we have GHJ, so let's set up our formula. Since we're trying to find a length, we'll do the lowercase, or the sides on top, G over sine of G is equal to H over sine of H, which is equal to J over sine of big J. So we'll just plug in what we know. Do we know G? So this is our angle, and this is our side, and this is equal to G. So we do know G. G is 7.8 divided by, and we know the angle for G, sine of 51, which is equal to, we don't know what H is, so we'll just leave it as H. We don't know what angle H is, so we'll leave it as sine of H. And we're trying to find J, so we'll leave it as J. And we do know angle J, which is sine of 44. Now, so we don't know any of these, so we can just ignore it. We don't need it. So what we really have is 7.8 divided by sine of 51 is equal to J over sine of 44. So that's what we have, and we're trying to find J. So to get rid of this, we want to multiply both sides by sine of 44. So we get rid of that. And now, it's really just a calculator thing. We have numbers equals J. So I have my calculator here. Depending on how your calculator works, sometimes it's different from calculator to calculator. But what I'll do is I'll just do 7.8 divided by For my calculator, I need to do 51 sine. I'll get a decimal, but I need to press the equal sign. And then I want to multiply that by, I need to press the angle first, 44 sine. I get a decimal, but I need to press the equal sign. And I get 6.79, or 6.97, sorry. 6.97, round to the nearest tenth, so that would be 7.0, and it's centimeters equals J. So that's for the first example. You just want to set it up, figure out what you know, plug it in, and then solve appropriately using some algebra, trying to find out your unknown. And that's how you do it. Just set it up and plug in the numbers, move things around to solve for your letter. And yeah, so that's example 1.